Have you ever felt defective, flawed, faulty, stupid? Are these any emotions that surface for you or that trigger you? You may not even know it, or you may deny that these feelings even come up for you. But I'm going to share with you a story in this, if you can gain any stuff for your personal life to help you in this, I hope that it does. But here's the thing. So as far back as I can remember, I was in some form of special ed. I mean, just educationally, I was difficult, right? I have a very high IQ actually. As an adult, I went back to college and got awards for academic excellence and on the dean's honor roll list and the whole deal, right? But when I was younger, because we all just learn differently at different stages, when I was younger, I was always in special ed. As far back as I could remember, I would be, sitting in class and the teacher would talk, and the next thing there would be a squirrel. Phew, a squirrel! Oh, hey, those are so cool. Look at that. Whatever. And the next thing I knew, I didn't know what the teacher was talking about. And so, eventually I would start to crack jokes or I don't know, something. And I was disruptive and, put in the back of the class. And eventually they decided to put me in special ed. Now, remember, I'm not super old, but special ed when I was growing up is not what it is today. Today, you have an IEP and there's a whole learning program and accommodations. And so they're really working with kids, and I'm for it, of course, to be able to mainstream and do better and not struggle so much, in the same way. But that wasn't my era. So my era was this: they would take people like me and they would put you in a special ed class. And what that meant was you would be with all the other people who struggled mentally. And so my story was that I was with handicapped people, people drooling and retarded and, challenged in many other ways. And so not just, academically challenged, but like I was with people that had severe physical and mental, problems. And this spoke to me. I didn't know it did, but it said things to me and about me as far as, me feeling the same as my peers. And so eventually, my behavior wasn't great. And so they needed to find a school for me, not just the back of the class or a different room, but a different school. And so I went to this school in Lawndale in Los Angeles called the Smith School. And at the Smith School, they had 12-foot fences with barbed wire. They had a rubber room, and they used to bus the kids in from juvenile hall to the school. And so, people were getting high and smoking crack in the bathrooms and fighting all the time. And the teachers were physically allowed to subdue you if they felt that you were out of control. They could put you in a prone position, prostrate position, put their knee on your back and calm you down until another teacher would come. They would throw you into a rubber room and lock it out until you would calm down or whatever. And then, so I was there, through junior high, and then I got sent off at 14 and a half, like I had shared before, and, to a boys' home in Mississippi. So defective, flawed, faulty, stupid, just these resounding feelings, inside. Now I knew that I was always really street smart. So I knew that I wasn't stupid, but I sure didn't feel like everybody else, or at least I didn't think I did. And so, our emotions, as adults, those of us who are in recovery understand this. Our emotions tell us all kinds of things. And our emotions, guys, they are gauges. They are not guides. They are gauges. Our emotions inform us. They don't dictate to us what we have to do or what we have to say or how we have to behave. But what they do is they inform us as to what's going on internally in our filter, in our processor. Somebody asked me on one of my videos, or made a Facebook post that said this: I think a lot of people don't even know the root cause of what they need to face head on. And I want to answer that because I think that our responses and what happens to us internally gives away what we actually do need to face head on. Have you ever felt defensive? Have you ever felt like you're justifying yourself when something happens? How about when your response to something that's minor should be a 3 on a scale of 1 to 10, but you respond as if it's like a 9, right? Somebody cuts you off on accident or whatever, on purpose, and inside you want to chase them down, pit move their car, spin them around, run around to their door, pull them out, beat them on the side of the freeway, right? I mean, like something crazy like that's not the response, like to somebody that got cut off. Like it shouldn't be a normal response. So what is that informing me? What is that saying to me? Where in my life do I feel that I was disrespected, unheard, or, not treated courteously? Something like that. Our emotions will inform us, right? They don't have to guide us. And so when you ask yourself, what is it that I need to do to get this inner healing, right? Here's the thing about drug addicts and alcoholics and people that participate in all their addictive behaviors. They stop doing that thing, right? That thing that was killing them. And then internally, things aren't completely changing and they're wondering, well, why is that? I stopped smoking crack. I stopped drinking. I stopped doing the thing, whatever the thing is, but I'm still struggling with all this stuff, right? And so eventually, if we don't start to work on that stuff, we have to self-soothe, or we have to get to a place where we feel better and we go back to the thing that once again was killing us, right? So when these emotions come up, right, what are they really saying, right? What are we saying when they come up? Like, what is our body, our response saying? What is it saying? It says, please hear me. You have to hear me, right? I'm not stupid. You don't get it. You don't understand. That response in and of itself shows us that there's something internally that we have to be able to address. And I know that the only thing that really works is to get inner healing and allow for God to go in there, root that stuff out, bring in his grace and his love and his mercy, his just never-ending, undying way of just pouring himself into that living water, that well, right? And getting real about these things and having him do what he's called, what he said he was going to do when he called us into his glorious light, right? Anyways, guys, I hope these are helpful to you. If you need help with stuff, you can message me. Please subscribe, like, and forward. God bless you. Have a great day.